If you follow me on Instagram this past week, or at least within the last few days or so, I posted the Dornbecker 8, and guess what? It's already off to a brand new home. It just wasn't a pair that I was wearing, like, ever. And I've gone through a lot of pairs where maybe they were worn like once a year. They made their way into rotation on my foot once a year. I've expressed why for so many different videos or in so many videos. I work from home. Our style changes in terms of what we thought was just such an important pair to have. And in reality, it was the thought of having that shoe. But I want to take it a step further because also, if you follow me on Instagram at Talkstyle with that TJ, I posted two more pairs. So two more Jordans in my story. And I said, two more pairs I need to get posted to sell. Sometimes I think we love the idea of saying we own a specific sneaker more than it's serving a purpose in our current rotation. They can go. And they can go. They can. I think when people start to think of, I want to pare down my collection, I want to get rid of a lot of different sneakers they just feel meaningless at this point. Not that they aren't great, not that they don't serve their purpose, maybe in history, the design, the colorway, collaboration, it doesn't matter. They were amazing for you at one point in time. They were the buying decision you made and you were so excited for it. But so much can change. And if you change just how you view all of this and your perspective on things, it can absolutely change. So taking it a step further, I really think it is the idea of just knowing that you own a certain pair and maybe the significance and the history of sneakers that pair may have that drives you to hold on to it for dear life, even when it's not being worn. Even when it's not in rotation. And that's how the DB8 was for me. I knew I had it, and when I would pull it out on camera, you know what people do? They ooh and they ah, and oh my goodness, you have those, because we understand the significance of the Dornbecker line with Jordan and Nike. But outside of that, what was it doing in my closet? Absolutely nothing. So it's off to a good home for what I think is a pretty fair price. And trust me, a lot of men were upset that they don't wear smaller sizes because they would have absolutely jumped at the chance to buy that DV8 in a men's 6. I really hope whomever purchased it, you really enjoy it. But, I just started looking through my closet and going through some more pairs. So if you guys remember when the bread pair was coming out, and I said, listen, we've seen the bread Jordan 1 bread. We've seen it in every way, shape, and fashion. It's been broiled, fried, sauteed. It's been everything, right? So one of those iterations is actually the Flyknit pair, right? If you guys recall when this dropped. So this is still very, very good sneaker. I still think this is a great sneaker just in terms of the remix they did on this. More importantly, like the interior, the lining, it's all leather. You have a leather insole in here as well. So if you don't own this shoe, you may not know that, but even the insole on the inside is leather. You have 1985 that is embroidered here, or I should say debossed here on the tongue itself. And it's just a super comfortable shoe because it is really lightweight. So that doesn't take away from this pair at all. It's just the fact that it just doesn't really get a whole lot of burn. It hasn't for a while. Before I kind of switched the camera angle, it would just kind of chill out here. It would just chill out like right here, like not a whole lot else would happen. It would just be here. So, yeah, I'm making that mature choice to I'm gonna go ahead and get that posted, and then these. So if you guys remember these, okay. So prior to the Reimagine coming out, I said, hey, I have these. I did the comparison video of this pair versus the Reimagine pair. And certainly there were some differences, right, in the elephant print, leather, just a tad bit. And then, of course, you have that age midsole on the Reimagine pair versus this pair. But I'm also at that point where if I get the updated retro, right, and I love it I love it to just high heavens. That one does have the Nike Air in the back. I'm not a snob about Nike Air in the back, but that one does have it. This one was just the Jumpman Air. This was an eBay pickup, if you guys remember. I was excited. I was so excited to have this. This is one of the pairs I absolutely positively wanted. I think the White Cement 3 can go with so many different things in in your closet in terms of style, for a number of different styles, right, as an individual, no matter what age you are. But now that I have that, do I really need this? Do I even see myself wearing this when having that? And I don't. And so I'm just going to make the decision and pull the Band-Aid off. And these will be gone as well. So men's 6.5, women's 8. Those will be gone too. And then that brought me to a second pair, another 3 that's probably going to exit. Now, this is weird. So I already got rid of I believe it was the Citrus 3. It was like the women's Citrus 3. Just didn't end up wearing it like that. Do we remember this one? So originally the Katrina 3 came out, right? But then they brought this 3 out, and I secured this many years ago, I believe, via Finish Line, because I had a friend that actually worked there, so I didn't have to pay full price for these. And listen, gorgeous 3. You can't really go wrong with the color blocking on the Jordan 3, and that's why you see so many times Jordan Brand will just swap this out for a different color. They swap out the tongue, the insole, the Jumpman's a different color, the eyelets are a different color, and then of course if it's not OG, they'll just go ahead and put a Jumpman Air on the back, and that's it. And you still have a very clean, well executed Jordan 3. Never denying that. These just don't get worn though. They just don't get worn like that. And I've looked at them every single day when I walk into my closet, but they're not selected, they're not chosen, right? I just go through all the options, they're not chosen. They probably need to just go ahead and just go to a home that will choose them, okay? That will choose them. So I think it is the idea of us being able to have sneakers either for the significance of them within the history of this game. Maybe you received a really great deal on them. You didn't even have to pay full price. And so now you're like, well, I don't want to get rid of them for a certain price. And, you know, you're going to feel like you lost something. You lost money. Listen, the money was lost when you paid for it then, not when you get rid of it. That's the mindset that I have right now, and it's made it really easy to get rid of things. So that's another 3 pairs of Jordans that will be gone from my collection. I think with all of the pairs that I've gotten rid of so far, Jordans are certainly like taking up the bulk of that list of what I'm clearing out, and I'm sure that would like break some of your hearts, but you know what, for me, it's peace, it's contentment. It opens the door for me to do so many things just in terms of with that money, put it to practical use right now in 2024, but then also just clear out more space. All right, so just go ahead, pose that question to yourself. If there are certain pairs that you're not getting rid of, is it based on the reality that, you know, it's the idea of you owning that pair? And then do you feel something when you share with somebody that I own that pair and they give you this response of a ooh and a ah, and there's a lot of admiration for you owning that pair, but like, is the admiration enough for you to keep it? It could be, or it could not be. So go ahead and comment your thoughts below, and then please be sure to check out my recent video, because I just don't think that we should know about all these shoes coming out in 2025. I don't, and I could be alone in that. Probably not. So go ahead and comment your thoughts. Please be sure to comment below in this video as well. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.